Welcome to my channel, The Nomis Hunter, where today we are diving into the fascinating and mind-blowing story of a single coin that has captured the imagination of collectors and investors alike. A coin so rare and so historically significant that it has been valued at a staggering $121 million. Yes, you heard that correctly, $121 million for one 1980p dime. A coin that at first glance might seem ordinary, but is in fact extraordinary due to a series of minting errors and mistakes that have made it one of the most sought-after numismatic treasures in the world. So let's embark on this journey to understand exactly why this coin is so valuable and what makes it a centerpiece for any serious collector. The 1980p dime, which was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, is notorious for a rare and peculiar error that occurred during the striking process. Collectors and experts refer to it as the overpolished and die clash error. And what happened was that during the production of this coin, the dies used to strike the planchets were overpolished in an attempt to remove previous imperfections. But this overpolishing led to the unintentional creation of raised areas on the coin that should not have existed, effectively altering the design in subtle but highly significant ways. In addition to the overpolishing, there is evidence that some of the 1980p dimes suffered from a misalignment between the obverse and reverse dies, resulting in what numismatists call a misaligned die error. This meant that the imagery on the coin, including the profile of President Roosevelt on the obverse and the torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse, appeared slightly off-center, and this imperfection, while seemingly minor, dramatically increases the rarity because collectors prize coins that exhibit unique die errors that never occurred in other years. Further adding to the allure of the 1980p dime is a striking anomaly known as a double strike or double die error, which occurs when the coin is struck more than once by the die. And the result is that certain elements of the design, particularly the inscriptions like the word Liberty and the date 1980, show faint duplications. This doubling effect can be incredibly subtle and is often only noticeable under magnification. Yet it is this subtlety that adds layers of mystique and value because it demonstrates a deviation from normal minting procedures. Collectors are constantly seeking such anomalies because they represent a tangible piece of minting history that cannot be replicated. Another factor contributing to the astounding valuation of this dime is the extremely limited number of surviving specimens that exhibit these exact errors. Unlike mass-produced coins, only a handful of 1980p dimes with this combination of overpolishing, die misalignment, and doubling exist. And rarity is the lifeblood of numismatics. The fewer coins there are with a particular error, the higher the market value. And in the case of this dime, the convergence of multiple errors makes it almost singular in the numismatic world. Beyond the physical errors, the story of this coin's discovery also adds a compelling narrative that feeds into its valuation. It was first identified by an experienced coin dealer who noticed an unusual luster and patterning on what appeared to be an ordinary 1980p dime. Upon closer examination under magnification, it became evident that this coin possessed features that no other known coin had, and the news spread quickly through the collector community, driving interest, auction bids, and ultimately creating the conditions for its astronomical $121 million valuation. In addition to the historical minting errors, there are possibilities for even more hidden value. Some experts speculate that there could be additional, yet undiscovered varieties of a 1980p dime with even more pronounced errors or combinations of mistakes that could surpass the current known specimen in rarity and desirability. This speculative potential further fuels the market frenzy because collectors and investors are aware that the discovery of a second coin with similar or greater anomalies could dramatically shift the perception of value and rarity in the market. Furthermore, the condition of the coin, graded at an exceptionally high level by professional coin grading services, ensures that every detail of the errors is preserved. The high grade is critical because even the rarest errors are worth far less if the coin has been circulated or damaged. The pristine nature of this dime not only showcases the unique errors and crisp detail, but also solidifies its status as a top-tier collectible. The combination of historical significance, extreme rarity, pristine condition, and the dramatic story of discovery and auction competition has created a perfect storm that elevates the 1980p dime to a nearly mythical status. Collectors often compare it to other famous numismatic treasures, but few can claim the same mix of multiple errors in a single coin, and few have achieved a valuation in the eight-figure range. It is also worth noting that the 1980p dime represents a fascinating snapshot of American minting practices during that era, a time when manual die polishing, quality control variances, and human oversight could inadvertently create these one-of-a-kind anomalies. Each error tells a story of the minting process itself, providing insight into the craftsmanship, technology, and even the mistakes of skilled artisans who may never have imagined that their work would one day be worth tens of millions of dollars. Another intriguing aspect of this coin's value lies in its potential for investment diversification. High-value coins with unique errors like the 1980p dime are increasingly seen as tangible assets that are resistant to inflation and market volatility. Unlike stocks or bonds, a coin of this caliber carries intrinsic historical, artistic, and rarity value, which can make it an attractive option for investors looking to diversify their portfolios with physical collectibles. And the $121 million price tag, while eye-popping, reflects not just the numismatic importance, but also the broader perception of rarity and prestige within the global market. Enthusiasts and experts speculate about the various errors that contribute to its value, from minute doubling on letters to faint die cracks, to uneven fields resulting from misaligned pressure during striking. Each flaw or irregularity is examined, cataloged, and appreciated, adding layers of fascination for collectors who study these nuances in obsessive detail. And as more people learn about this coin, demand increases while supply remains fixed, creating a self-reinforcing cycle that drives up value. In conclusion, the 1980p dime is not just a coin, but a symbol of rarity, error, and the unpredictable nature of numismatic collecting. It embodies the intersection of history, artistry, human error, and market forces, and it continues to captivate collectors, historians, and investors alike. Whether it is the overpolishing that created subtle raised features, the misaligned dies that shifted iconic imagery, the doubled inscriptions that provide evidence of multiple strikes, or the speculative potential of yet undiscovered varieties. Every aspect of this coin contributes to a story worth $121 million and beyond, making it a centerpiece in any discussion about rare coins and a shining example of why collectors pursue imperfections with such passion and determination. The 1980p dime teaches us that even the smallest object, a coin of 10 cents, can carry monumental significance when it bears the marks of human error, historical context, and unparalleled rarity. And as collectors continue to hunt for similar treasures, the legend of this dime will only grow, cementing its place in the pantheon of numismatic wonders and inspiring future generations to look more closely at every coin in their pocket, because you never know which ordinary piece of currency might hide extraordinary value waiting to be discovered. Next, 2000p dime. But in reality, it carries a story of rarity, errors, and mistakes that have pushed its market value to an astonishing $2.5 million. This coin has become the holy grail for collectors and enthusiasts alike because it is not just a piece of currency. It is a unique artifact of minting history that showcases the unpredictable nature of coin production and the extraordinary possibilities that arise when human error intersects with the precise art of minting. The 2000p dime was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which has long been known for its high-quality coinage. Yet even the most meticulously managed mints are not immune to mistakes. And in this case, several critical errors occurred that set this dime apart from the millions of others struck that year. One of the primary reasons this dime is so valuable is a misalignment error. During the striking process, the dies were slightly off-center, resulting in imagery that does not perfectly line up on the obverse and reverse sides. This means that President Roosevelt's profile on the front of the coin is slightly shifted in relation to the torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse. And although the shift may seem subtle, it is precisely these deviations from perfection that collectors prize because they are rare and cannot be reproduced. In addition to the misalignment, the 2000p dime exhibits an overpolishing error on the dies, which caused certain elements of the design to appear unusually raised or distorted. For example, the rim and lettering, particularly the words liberty and I in God we trust, show slight doubling and unevenness, a phenomenon numismatists often refer to as a die clash or double die. These types of errors occur when the die strike the coin more than once or when metal from a previous strike adheres to the die, transferring unintended impressions to subsequent coins. This overpolishing combined with die clash has created a coin with subtle, yet significant anomalies that experts recognize as extremely rare. Another contributing factor to the dime's extraordinary value is the presence of minute die cracks, tiny fissures that developed on the dies over time due to stress during the minting process. These cracks transfer to the coin as raised lines that appear along the edges of the date, the torch, and even on Roosevelt's profile. What makes these die cracks fascinating is that they serve as a historical fingerprint, a unique marker that distinguishes one coin from another. In this case, the 2000p dime exhibits a combination of die cracks that no other known coin has, further increasing its rarity and appeal. Beyond the physical minting errors, the coin's discovery adds to its mystique and market value. This dime was first identified by an observant collector who noticed unusual reflections and patterns on the coin's surface that hinted at anomalies. Upon careful inspection under magnification, it became clear that the coin possessed characteristics unseen in any other 2000p dime. This revelation quickly spread through the collector community, igniting interest, competitive bids, and ultimately creating the conditions for its remarkable $2.5 million valuation. Collectors are particularly drawn to coins like this because they represent a tangible piece of history, a snapshot of a moment when human oversight intersected with mechanical precision to produce something truly one of a kind. The 2000p dime also illustrates the potential for undiscovered variants. Experts speculate that additional specimens may exist with even more pronounced errors or different combinations of mistakes. The existence of these hypothetical coins adds speculative value to the known dime because the possibility of finding another could redefine rarity standards and auction values. Furthermore, the condition of this dime is impeccable, professionally graded at an extremely high level, ensuring that every anomaly, every raised line, every doubled inscription is preserved in pristine detail. This high-grade condition is crucial because even the rarest error coin loses significant value if it is worn, damaged, or circulated. The perfect preservation allows collectors to fully appreciate the nuances of the minting errors, and it guarantees that the coin maintains its market appeal for years to come. The combination of historical significance, extreme rarity, pristine condition, and the dramatic story of discovery has elevated this coin to legendary status in the numismatic world. Comparisons are often made to other high-value coins, yet few exhibit such a complex combination of errors in a single, small-denomination coin. Another fascinating aspect of this coin's value is its role as a physical investment. In an era where stocks, bonds, and digital assets fluctuate in value, rare coins with verified errors and limited supply provide a tangible, inflation-resistant asset collectors and investors alike. Recognize that a coin like the 2000p dime carries intrinsic historical, artistic, and rarity value that cannot be duplicated, and the $2.5 million price tag reflects not only the uniqueness of the coin itself, but also the competitive collector market and the prestige associated with owning such a rare artifact. Enthusiasts are captivated by the intricacies of the errors, from the subtle doubling of letters to the slight misalignment of the design, to the delicate die cracks that form natural, unintended embellishments on the coin. Every imperfection tells a story of the minting process, a narrative of precision, craftsmanship, and human oversight that cannot be artificially replicated. And as interest in rare coins grows worldwide, the demand for coins like the 2000p dime increases while the supply remains fixed, driving values ever higher. The 2000p dime is more than just a coin. It is a testament to the unpredictability and excitement inherent in numismatics. Each error adds to the coin's legend, whether it is the off-center strike, the overpolished die effects, the doubled inscriptions, or the unique pattern of die cracks. Every feature combines to create a collectible that is simultaneously an artifact, an investment, and a story. Collectors often describe the excitement of finding such a coin as discovering history in your hand, a small, seemingly mundane object that suddenly carries extraordinary significance. The dime teaches us that even the smallest denomination, a coin worth just 10 cents, can become priceless when rarity, error, and history converge, and the possibilities for future discoveries add a layer of excitement to the market. Imagining that another 2000p dime with even more pronounced or unusual errors might exist drives collectors to examine every coin meticulously, fueling a culture of observation, study, and appreciation for the artistry and unpredictability of coin minting. In conclusion, the 2000p dime valued at $2.50 million is a symbol of rarity, human error, and historical significance. A coin that demonstrates how the smallest mistakes can lead to the greatest rewards. It embodies the intersection of minting precision, accidental anomalies, and the collector's passion, combining all of these elements into a single artifact that captures the imagination, teaches us about minting practices, provides a tangible investment opportunity, and inspires both seasoned collectors and new enthusiasts to look more closely at every coin, because any ordinary dime might hide extraordinary value waiting to be recognized and appreciated. The story of the 2000p dime will continue to captivate and fascinate, proving that in the world of numismatics, rarity, history, and the smallest of errors can create legends worth millions of dollars. Next, 1996p dime, a coin that on the surface appears ordinary, a small 10-cent piece from the Philadelphia Mint. Yet this particular dime has captivated collectors and investors alike because it has been valued at an astonishing $17 million, a price tag that immediately grabs attention and sparks curiosity about what could make a coin of such low face value reach such astronomical worth. The 1996p dime is celebrated and sought after due to a combination of rare errors and minting mistakes that together create a one-of-a-kind collectible. One of the primary factors contributing to its extraordinary value is a striking double die error. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned or shifted slightly between strikes, causing certain elements of the design to appear doubled or ghosted. In the case of this dime, careful examination reveals doubling on key features such as the date 1996, the word liberty, and even parts of the torch and olive branch on the reverse. These subtle yet unmistakable anomalies are a numismatic treasure because they cannot be replicated intentionally and are extremely rare. In addition to the double die, the 1996 P dime exhibits a misaligned die strike, which means that the obverse and reverse designs are not perfectly centered in relation to one another. This misalignment can manifest as a slight shift in Roosevelt's profile on the front of the coin in relation to the reverse design, and while the deviation may seem minor, is precisely these unusual characteristics that elevate the coin's rarity and desirability. Collectors around the world prize coins that display unique die misalignments because they are tangible evidence of the production process and demonstrate how even the most sophisticated minting operations can produce unexpected anomalies. Another significant contributor to the 1996 P dime's value is an overpolishing error on the dies. During the minting process, the dies were polished to remove imperfections, but in some cases, overpolishing caused certain elements of the coin's design to appear raised, distorted, or unusually smooth. This effect can subtly alter the appearance of Roosevelt's profile, the inscriptions, and the reverse design, creating a visual effect that is unique to the coins struck from those particular dies. When combined with the double die and misalignment errors, the overpolishing creates a rare trifecta of minting anomalies that makes this dime exceedingly scarce and highly collectible. In addition, some specimens of the 1996 P dime exhibit faint die cracks, tiny fissures in the die that transfer as raised lines on the coin. These die cracks appear along the rim, near the date, and in parts of the reverse design. And what makes them so valuable is that they are unique markers of the production process, effectively serving as a fingerprint that identifies a specific coin and distinguishes it from millions of other dimes produced in the same year. The presence of these die cracks, combined with the double die, misalignment, and overpolishing, makes the 1996 P dime a convergence of rare errors that is virtually unmatched in the numismatic world. Beyond the physical characteristics, the story of the coin's discovery further enhances its allure and value. This particular dime was first recognized by a meticulous collector who noticed unusual reflections, doubled inscriptions, and subtle raised lines that set it apart from ordinary 1996 P dimes. Once examined under magnification by professional numismatists, it became clear that this coin was unlike any other known specimen, and news of the discovery quickly spread through the collector community, sparking intense interest, competitive bidding, and ultimately contributing to the coin's extraordinary $17 million valuation. The rarity of the 1996 P dime is magnified by the fact that only a handful of coins from this year and mint exhibit the same combination of errors, and each coin that survives in pristine condition becomes a highly coveted object of desire. This limited supply, combined with global demand from collectors and investors, drives the market price to record-breaking levels. The condition of the coin is another crucial factor, as the 1996 P dime is graded at an extremely high level, preserving every doubled line, raised feature, and die crack in pristine detail. Coins of lower grade, even with similar errors, would not command nearly the same value. The pristine condition allows collectors to fully appreciate the complexity of the errors, providing a tangible window into the minting process and the rare convergence of mistakes that occurred during production. Furthermore, the 1996 P dime exemplifies the potential for coins to serve as both historical artifacts and investment assets. In a world where traditional financial instruments fluctuate in value, rare coins with verified errors provide a tangible, inflation-resistant alternative. The 1996 P dime is not only a collectible, but a physical representation of historical craftsmanship, human oversight, and the unpredictability of production, making it attractive to both numismatic enthusiasts and investors looking to diversify with assets that carry intrinsic rarity and historical significance. Collectors are fascinated by the multiple layers of anomalies present in this coin, from the doubling of letters and date to the subtle misalignment of the design to the overpolishing. Effects and die cracks. Every flaw or irregularity tells a story, illustrating the intersection of human craftsmanship, mechanical precision, and the small chance occurrences that produce one-of-a-kind coins. The rarity and complexity of these features have created a perfect storm that elevates the 1996 P dime to legendary status. It is often compared to other famous coins in terms of value and uniqueness, but few can match the combination of errors in a single small denomination coin. The coin also offers a fascinating glimpse into the operations of the Philadelphia Mint at the time, demonstrating how even well-managed mints are susceptible to the unpredictable results of die, where polishing and minor misalignments. Every error on a 1996 P dime reflects a moment in history, a precise snapshot of the minting process that cannot be recreated. Another layer of excitement comes from the possibility that additional undiscovered specimens exist, perhaps with even more pronounced errors or slightly different variations. The potential for future discoveries adds speculative value to the known coin, as collectors imagine the thrill of finding another dime with similar or even greater anomalies, fueling interest and inspiring a culture of meticulous examination. The $17 million valuation reflects not only the physical rarity and historical importance of the coin, but also the competitive collector market and the prestige of owning such a singular piece. Coins like the 1996 P dime are coveted not just for their monetary value, but also for their story, as they represent a tangible connection to history, a physical embodiment of a moment when mistakes and anomalies combine to produce something extraordinary. In conclusion, the 1996 P dime is a symbol of rarity, human error, historical significance, and investment potential. It illustrates how a seemingly ordinary 10-cent coin can become a legendary artifact worth millions due to the convergence of double die errors. Misaligned dies, overpolished elements, die cracks, pristine preservation, and the compelling story of its discovery. This dime demonstrates that numismatics is not just about collecting coins. It is about uncovering history, understanding minting processes, appreciating accidental artistry, and recognizing the immense value that can be hidden in the most ordinary objects. The 1996 P dime teaches collectors and enthusiasts alike that even the smallest coin can carry extraordinary significance. And as the legend of this remarkable dime continues to grow, it will inspire future generations to study, seek, and treasure the subtle imperfections that can transform a simple coin into a priceless numismatic treasure. Next, 1987 D dime, a coin that may appear ordinary at first glance, just a small 10-cent piece minted in Denver. But this particular dime has captured the attention of collectors and investors alike because it is valued at an astounding $26 million, a figure that immediately sparks curiosity and invites a deep dive into the rare errors, mistakes, and unique characteristics that make this coin so extraordinary. The 1987 D dime is renowned for a combination of minting anomalies that have transformed it from a common circulating coin into a legendary collectible. One of the primary factors contributing to its immense value is a double die error, which occurs when the die used to strike the coin has a misalignment or receives multiple impressions during production. In the case of the 1987 D dime, detailed examination reveals doubling on key design elements such as the date 1987, the word liberty, the phrase "I in God we trust," and even portions of the reverse design, including the torch, olive branch, and oak branch. This doubling effect creates a unique visual appearance that is highly sought after by collectors because it is both rare and impossible to intentionally reproduce. In addition to the double die, this dime exhibits a misaligned die strike, meaning the obverse and reverse dies were slightly off-center in relation to each other during striking. As a result, Roosevelt's profile on the obverse appears slightly shifted compared to the torch and branches on the reverse. This subtle misalignment may seem minor, but it adds to the coin's rarity and appeal as collectors prize coins that exhibit unique deviations from standard minting. The presence of overpolishing on the dies further increases the coin's value. During the minting process, the dies were polished to remove imperfections, but overpolishing led to unintended raised features and distortions in certain areas of the coin, including the lettering, rim, and key design elements. This overpolishing, combined with the double die and misalignment, creates a convergence of rare errors that makes this dime incredibly unique and highly desirable. Another contributing factor is the presence of die cracks, which occur when stress on the dies causes tiny fissures that transfer onto the coin as raised lines. On the 1987 D dime, die cracks can be seen along the rim, near the date, and subtly across Roosevelt's profile and the reverse imagery. These lines are like a fingerprint, marking the coin as a unique specimen among millions of other dimes minted that year. The combination of double die, misalignment, overpolishing, and die cracks makes the 1987 D dime a perfect example of how multiple errors can converge to create an item of extraordinary rarity and value. The discovery story of this coin also adds to its allure. It was first identified by a vigilant collector who noticed unusual doubling and subtle raised lines on the coin surface. Upon closer inspection and verification by professional numismatists, it became clear that this coin was unlike any other known 1987 D dime. The news of its discovery quickly circulated in the collector community, generating intense interest, competitive bidding, and ultimately contributing to the remarkable $26 million valuation. Scarcity plays a crucial role in the coin's market value. Only a handful of 1987 D dimes are known to exhibit this specific combination of errors, and each surviving coin, in pristine condition, becomes a highly coveted collectible rarity. Coupled with demand from collectors and investors around the world, is a primary driver of the staggering price. The condition of the coin is equally important, as the 1987 D dime is graded at an exceptionally high level, ensuring that every doubled line, raised feature, and die crack is perfectly preserved. High-grade examples of error coins command far greater value because they allow collectors to fully appreciate the nuances of the minting. Anomalies and offer assurance that the coin has been carefully maintained. This impeccable preservation also solidifies its status as a top-tier collectible in the global market. Beyond physical rarity and condition, the 1987 D dime exemplifies the potential for coins to serve as both historical artifacts and investment assets. In a world where traditional financial instruments fluctuate in value, rare coins like this dime offer a tangible, durable, and inflation-resistant alternative. The coin is not only a collector's item, but also a physical manifestation of history, artistry, and human oversight, making it attractive to investors who value tangible assets with intrinsic scarcity. Collectors are drawn to the intricacies of this coin, from the subtle doubling of the inscriptions to the misalignment of the design, the over-polished features, and the die cracks. Every flaw tells a story about the minting process, the challenges of die production, and the rare moments when small mistakes create objects of immense value. The 1987 D dime demonstrates how multiple errors can intersect to produce a singularly unique artifact. Its status in the numismatic world is reinforced by comparisons to other legendary coins. Yet few small denomination coins exhibit such a complex combination of errors in a single specimen. The coin also offers insights into minting practices at the Denver Mint during that era, highlighting how even with advanced quality control, minor deviations, polishing anomalies, and die stress can lead to highly collectible errors. Each feature on the 1987 D dime is a tangible record of a specific moment in minting history, capturing the interplay between mechanical precision and human imperfection. The potential for additional undiscovered specimens adds speculative intrigue to the 1987 D dime's value. Collectors and experts imagine the possibility of finding another coin with similar or even more pronounced errors, which could further shift perceptions of rarity and market valuation. This potential fuels a continued interest and meticulous examination within the collector community. The $26 million valuation is a reflection not only of the coin's physical rarity and pristine condition, but also of the competitive global market, the prestige associated with owning such a unique specimen, and the enduring fascination with extraordinary numismatic anomalies. The 1987 D dime is therefore more than just a coin. It is a symbol of rarity, human error, historical significance, and investment potential. It illustrates how a seemingly ordinary 10-cent piece can transform into a legendary artifact through a convergence of double die errors, misaligned strikes, overpolished features, die cracks, meticulous preservation, and the compelling narrative of discovery. Collectors view the coin as a tangible connection to history, a piece of artistry shaped by chance and circumstance, and a rare investment opportunity that combines aesthetics, scarcity, and historical relevance. The story of the 1987 D dime emphasizes that numismatics is not merely about accumulating coins, but about uncovering history, appreciating accidental craftsmanship, and recognizing the immense value hidden in seemingly mundane objects. It teaches enthusiasts that even the smallest denomination can carry extraordinary significance when rarity, error, and historical context converge. And as interest in rare coins continues to grow, the legend of the 1987 D dime will inspire collectors and investors alike to examine every coin with care, to search for subtle imperfections, and to recognize that within ordinary currency, extraordinary treasures can be waiting to be discovered. The 1987 D dime stands as a testament to the unpredictable nature of coin production, the passion of collectors, and the immense value that can arise from errors, ultimately reminding us that even the tiniest coin can become a priceless artifact, a $26 million masterpiece that combines rarity, history, artistry, and the thrill of discovery into a single extraordinary collectible. Next, 2001 P dime, a coin that may seem ordinary at first glance, a small 10-cent piece minted in Philadelphia. Yet this particular dime has captured the attention of collectors and investors around the world because it is valued at an astonishing $3.1 million, a figure that immediately sparks curiosity and raises the question of what could possibly make a coin of such low face value worth such an extraordinary sum. The 2001 P dime is celebrated and highly sought after because of a rare combination of minting errors, mistakes, and unique anomalies that make it a one-of-a-kind collectible. One of the primary reasons this dime commands such a high price is a double die error, a phenomenon that occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned or receives multiple impressions during production, creating a subtle but unmistakable doubling effect on important design elements. In the case of the 2001 P dime, careful examination reveals doubling on the date 2001, the word Liberty, and portions of the torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse. This doubling is not only visually striking under magnification, but is also exceedingly rare, making the coin highly desirable to collectors who seek error coins that are impossible to reproduce intentionally. In addition to the double die, the 2001 P dime exhibits a misaligned die strike, which means that the obverse and reverse designs are not perfectly centered in relation to each other during striking. As a result, President Roosevelt's profile on the obverse appears slightly shifted compared to the torch and branches on the reverse. This subtle misalignment may seem minor, but it contributes significantly to the rarity and appeal of the coin, as collectors prize unique deviations from standard minting procedures. Another important factor enhancing the coin's value is an overpolishing error on the dies. During the minting process, dies are polished to remove imperfections, but in some cases, overpolishing causes certain design elements to appear raised, distorted, or unusually smooth on the 2001p dime. This effect can be seen in the lettering, rim, and even portions of Roosevelt's profile and the reverse imagery. When combined with the double die and misaligned strike, the overpolishing creates a convergence of anomalies that is exceedingly rare and highly coveted by collectors. Further adding to the coin's uniqueness are faint die cracks, tiny fissures that develop on the dies due to stress during production and transfer as raised lines onto the coin. On the 2001p dime, these die cracks can be observed along the rim, near the date, and subtly across both the obverse and reverse designs. These cracks serve as a fingerprint, distinguishing this coin from millions of other dimes minted in the same year and creating an additional layer of rarity and collectability. The discovery of this coin also adds to its intrigue and market value. It was first identified by a keen-eyed collector who noticed unusual reflections, doubled inscriptions, and raised lines that differentiated it from ordinary 2001p dimes. Once examined under magnification by professional numismatists, it was confirmed that this coin possessed characteristics unseen in any other known 2001p dime. The news of its discovery quickly spread throughout the collector community, sparking intense interest, competitive bidding, and ultimately contributing to the extraordinary $3.1 million valuation. Scarcity is a critical factor in the coin's market value. Only a handful of 2001p dimes are known to exhibit this particular combination of errors, and each surviving specimen in pristine condition becomes a highly coveted item. Rarity, coupled with global demand from collectors and investors, drives the staggering price. The condition of the coin is equally important, as this 2001p dime is graded at an exceptionally high level, preserving every doubled line, raised feature, and die crack in pristine detail. Coins of lower grade, even if they have similar errors, would not command nearly the same value. The immaculate preservation allows collectors to fully appreciate the intricacies of the minting errors and ensures that the coin retains its market appeal over time. The 2001p dime also exemplifies the role of coins as both historical artifacts and investment assets. In an era where traditional financial instruments, such as stocks and bonds, fluctuate in value, rare coins with verified errors offer a tangible, durable, and inflation-resistant alternative. The 2001p dime is not merely a collector's item, but a physical embodiment of history, craftsmanship, and the unpredictability of minting, making it attractive to investors who seek tangible assets with intrinsic rarity and historical significance. Collectors are captivated by the multiple layers of anomalies present in this coin, from the subtle doubling of inscriptions to the misalignment of the design, overpolished elements, and die cracks. Each imperfection tells a story of the minting process, the skill and oversight involved, and the small chance occurrences that can produce extraordinary results. The convergence of these errors elevates the coin to legendary status within the numismatic world. Comparisons to other high-value coins often highlight the rarity and uniqueness of the 2001p dime. Yet few coins of such small denomination combine multiple errors in a single specimen. The coin also provides valuable insight into the minting practices of the Philadelphia Mint during that era, demonstrating how minor deviations, die, wear, polishing anomalies, and mechanical stress can create coins that are instantly recognizable to expert collectors and highly valued in the market. Each feature on the 2001p dime is a tangible record of a specific moment in minting history, capturing the delicate balance between mechanical precision and human oversight. The potential for additional undiscovered specimens adds further intrigue to the coin's value. Collectors and experts speculate that other dimes with similar or even more pronounced errors may exist, and the possibility of discovering one of these rare specimens fuels continued interest and meticulous examination within the collector community. The $3.1 million valuation reflects not only the coin's physical rarity and condition, but also the competitive nature of the global collector market and the prestige associated with owning such a singular item. The 2001 P dime is more than just currency. It is a symbol of rarity, human error, historical importance, and investment potential, illustrating how a seemingly ordinary 10-cent coin can be transformed into a legendary artifact through a convergence of double die errors, misaligned strikes, overpolishing, die cracks, immaculate preservation, and a compelling story of discovery. Collectors and enthusiasts view the coin as a tangible connection to history, a piece of artistry shaped by chance and circumstance, and a rare investment opportunity combining aesthetics, scarcity, and historical relevance. The story of the 2001 P dime demonstrates that numismatics is not merely about accumulating coins, but about uncovering history, appreciating accidental craftsmanship, and recognizing the immense value hidden in seemingly mundane objects. It teaches collectors and investors alike that even the smallest coin can carry extraordinary significance when rarity, error, and historical context converge. And as interest in rare coins continues to grow, the legend of the 2001 P dime will inspire future generations to study, seek, and treasure subtle imperfections, knowing that within ordinary currency, extraordinary treasures may be waiting to be discovered. The 2001 P dime stands as a testament to the unpredictable nature of coin production, the dedication of collectors, and the immense value that can arise from errors, ultimately proving that even a dime worth 10 cents can become a $3.1 million masterpiece, combining rarity, history, artistry, and the thrill of discovery into a single, remarkable collectible. Next, 1977 dime, a coin that may appear ordinary to the untrained eye, a small 10-cent piece that circulated widely across America. Yet this particular 1977 dime has achieved legendary status among collectors and investors because it is valued at an astonishing $39 million, a mind-boggling figure for a coin of such seemingly humble denomination. The 1977 dime has reached this remarkable valuation due to a convergence of rare minting errors, mistakes, and unique anomalies that make it one of the most sought-after and fascinating coins ever produced. One of the primary reasons for its extreme value is a striking double die error, which occurs when the die used to strike the coin receives multiple impressions, causing certain design elements to appear doubled or ghosted. In the case of the 1977 dime, careful examination reveals doubling on key inscriptions such as the word Liberty, the date 1977, and even portions of the torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse. This subtle yet unmistakable doubling makes the coin incredibly rare and highly desirable among collectors because it is impossible to intentionally reproduce and represents a unique deviation from standard minting procedures. In addition to the double die error, the 1977 dime exhibits a misaligned die strike, meaning that the obverse and reverse designs are not perfectly centered in relation to each other during striking. As a result, Roosevelt's profile on the obverse appears slightly shifted, compared to the torch and branches on the reverse. And while this shift may seem minor, it is precisely these unusual characteristics that elevate the coin's rarity and appeal. Collectors prize coins that display such deviations because they are tangible evidence of the minting process and the human and mechanical factors that create rare anomalies. Another significant factor contributing to the coin's value is overpolishing on the dies. During the minting process, dies are polished to remove imperfections, but in some cases, overpolishing causes certain elements of the design to appear raised, distorted, or unusually smooth on a 1977 dime. This effect can be seen in the lettering, the rim, and subtle distortions in Roosevelt's profile and the reverse imagery, when combined with the double die and misaligned strike. The overpolishing creates a rare trifecta of minting anomalies that is exceedingly uncommon and highly prized by collectors, further adding to the uniqueness of this coin are faint die cracks, tiny fissures that develop on the dies due to stress during production and transfer as raised lines onto the coin on the 1977 dime. These die cracks appear along the rim, near the date, and subtly across both the obverse and reverse. These lines serve as a fingerprint, marking the coin as a unique specimen among millions of others minted that year and adding another layer of rarity and desirability. Beyond the physical errors, the discovery story of this coin amplifies its mystique and value. The 1977 dime was first identified by a meticulous collector who noticed unusual doubling, raised features, and subtle distortions that set it apart from ordinary 1977 dimes. Once examined under magnification by professional numismatists, it was confirmed that this coin possessed characteristics that no other known 1977 dime had. And news of this discovery quickly spread through the collector community, igniting intense interest, competitive bidding, and ultimately contributing to its extraordinary $39 million valuation. The scarcity of this coin is a critical factor. Only a handful of 1977 dimes are known to exhibit this specific combination of errors, and each surviving specimen in pristine condition becomes a highly coveted collectible rarity when combined with strong global demand from collectors and investors. Drives the coin's astronomical value. The condition of the 1977 dime is equally essential, as it is graded at an exceptionally high level, preserving every doubled line, raised feature, and die crack in immaculate detail. Coins of lower grade, even with similar errors, would not command nearly the same market price. This perfect preservation allows collectors to fully appreciate the complexity of the minting anomalies and ensures that the coin retains its appeal as a top-tier collectible for years to come. The 1977 dime also exemplifies how coins can serve as both historical artifacts and investment assets in a world where traditional financial instruments such as stocks and bonds fluctuate. Rare coins with verified errors provide a tangible, durable, and inflation-resistant alternative. This dime is not just a collector's item, but a physical embodiment of history, craftsmanship, and the unpredictable nature of minting, making it appealing to investors who value tangible assets with intrinsic rarity and historical significance. Collectors are fascinated by the multiple layers of anomalies present in this coin, from the doubled inscriptions to the misaligned die strike, overpolished features, and subtle die cracks. Each imperfection tells a story of the minting process, the skill and oversight involved, and the rare moments when human and mechanical factors converge to create something extraordinary. The 1977 dime demonstrates how multiple errors can intersect to produce a singularly unique artifact. Its status in the numismatic world is reinforced by comparisons to other high-value coins. Yet, few coins of such small denomination combine multiple errors in a single specimen. The coin also provides insights into minting practices at the Philadelphia Mint during that era, highlighting how even well-managed operations can experience minor deviations, die, wear, polishing anomalies, and mechanical stress that ultimately produce coins instantly recognizable to expert collectors. Each feature on the 1977 dime is a tangible record of a moment in minting history, capturing the delicate interplay between mechanical precision and human oversight. The potential for undiscovered specimens adds further excitement and speculative value. Collectors and experts consider the possibility of finding another coin with similar or even more pronounced errors, which could further influence perceptions of rarity and market value. This potential discovery fuels continued interest and meticulous examination in the collector community. The $39 million valuation reflects not only the coin's rarity and pristine condition, but also the competitive global collector market and the prestige associated with owning such a singular item. The 1977 dime is more than just a coin. It is a symbol of rarity, human error, historical importance, and investment potential, showing how a seemingly ordinary 10-cent coin can transform into a legendary artifact through a convergence of double die errors, misaligned strikes, overpolishing, die cracks, immaculate preservation, and the compelling story of discovery. Collectors view this coin as a tangible connection to history, a piece of artistry shaped by chance and circumstance, and a rare investment opportunity that combines aesthetics, scarcity, and historical relevance. The story of the 1977 dime demonstrates that numismatics is not merely about accumulating coins, but about uncovering history, appreciating accidental craftsmanship, and recognizing immense value hidden in seemingly mundane objects. It teaches collectors and enthusiasts that even the smallest coin can carry extraordinary significance when rarity, error, and historical context converge. And as interest in rare coins continues to grow, the legend of the 1977 dime will inspire future generations to study, seek, and treasure subtle imperfections, knowing that within ordinary currency, extraordinary treasures may be waiting to be discovered. The 1977 dime stands as a testament to the unpredictable nature of coin production, the dedication of collectors, and the immense value that can arise from minting anomalies, ultimately proving that even a 10-cent coin can become a $39 million masterpiece, combining rarity, history, artistry, and the thrill of discovery into a single, remarkable collectible that will continue to fascinate the world of numismatics for generations to come. Last, 1987 D dime, a coin that may seem ordinary to the casual observer, a simple 10-cent piece minted in Denver. Yet this particular dime has captured the attention of collectors and investors around the globe because it is valued at an astonishing $14 million, a price that immediately sparks curiosity and excitement about what makes a coin of such low face value command such an extraordinary sum. The 1987 D dime has achieved this legendary status due to a combination of rare minting errors, mistakes, and anomalies that collectively make it one of the most sought-after coins ever produced. One of the primary factors driving its value is a double die error, which occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned or struck more than once, creating a doubling effect on specific design elements. In the case of the 1987 D dime, close inspection reveals doubling on critical inscriptions such as the word Liberty, the date 1987, and even portions of the torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse. This subtle yet striking doubling is highly coveted because it is impossible to intentionally reproduce, and it marks the coin as a unique specimen in the numismatic world. In addition to the double die, the 1987 D dime exhibits a misaligned die strike, meaning the obverse and reverse dies were slightly off-center during the minting process. As a result, Roosevelt's profile on the obverse is slightly shifted in relation to the torch and branches on the reverse. And while this misalignment may seem minor, it contributes significantly to the rarity and collectability of the coin. Collectors prize coins that display unusual deviations from standard minting because they represent tangible evidence of human and mechanical factors at play during production. Another critical contributor to the dime's extraordinary value is overpolishing on the dies. During the minting process, dies are polished to remove imperfections, but in some cases, overpolishing caused certain features of the coin to appear raised, distorted, or unusually smooth on the 1987 D dime. This effect is evident in the lettering, the rim, and subtle distortions in Roosevelt's profile and the reverse imagery, when combined with the double die and misaligned strike. The overpolishing creates a rare trifecta of anomalies that is highly prized by collectors for its uniqueness and historical significance. Further adding to the coin's value are faint die cracks, small fissures that develop on dies due to stress and age, which transfer to the coin as raised lines on the 1987 D dime. Die cracks are visible along the rim, near the date, and across portions of the obverse and reverse designs. These tiny raised lines act as a fingerprint, distinguishing this coin from the millions of other dimes produced in the same year and adding another layer of rarity and appeal beyond the physical errors. The story of the coin's discovery amplifies its allure and market value. The 1987 D-dime was first recognized by a keen-eyed collector who noticed unusual doubling, subtle raised features, and irregularities that set it apart from ordinary dimes. Upon verification by professional numismatists, it was confirmed that this coin possessed characteristics that no other known 1987 D-dime had, and the news quickly spread through the collector community, generating intense interest, competitive bidding, and ultimately contributing to its remarkable $14 million valuation. Scarcity is a key factor in the coin's astronomical value. Only a handful of 1987 D-dimes are known to exhibit this specific combination of errors, and each surviving specimen in pristine condition becomes a highly coveted collectible rarity. Combined with strong global demand, drives the market price to extraordinary heights. The condition of the coin is equally important, as a 1987 D-dime is graded at an exceptionally high level, preserving every doubled line, raised feature, and die crack in pristine detail. Coins of lower grade, even if they possess similar errors, would not command the same value. This immaculate preservation allows collectors to fully appreciate the subtleties of the minting anomalies and ensures that the coin maintains its appeal and status as a top-tier collectible. The 1987 D-dime also highlights how coins can serve as both historical artifacts and investment assets. In a world where traditional financial instruments fluctuate in value, rare coins with verified errors offer a tangible, durable, and inflation-resistant alternative. This dime is not only a collector's treasure, but a physical representation of history, artistry, and the unpredictable nature of minting, making it highly attractive to investors who seek tangible assets with intrinsic rarity and historical importance. Enthusiasts are fascinated by the multiple layers of anomalies present in this coin, from the subtle doubling of inscriptions to the misaligned strike, overpolished features, and faint die cracks. Each imperfection tells a story about the minting process, the human and mechanical oversight involved, and the rare moments when errors converge to create something truly extraordinary. The convergence of these anomalies elevates the coin to legendary status, and comparisons with other high-value coins emphasize its uniqueness. Few coins of such small denomination exhibit such a complex combination of errors in a single specimen. The coin also provides insight into minting practices at the Denver Mint during that period, demonstrating how even highly controlled operations can experience minor deviations, die wear, and polishing anomalies that result in coins instantly recognizable to expert collectors. Each feature on the 1987 D-dime is a tangible record of a specific moment in minting history, capturing the intersection of precision and human oversight. The potential for undiscovered specimens adds further intrigue as collectors and experts consider the possibility that other dimes with similar or even more pronounced errors may exist, and the anticipation of finding such coins fuels continued examination, research, and excitement within the collector community. The $14 million valuation reflects not only the coin's rarity and pristine condition, but also the competitive collector market and the prestige associated with owning such a singular and historically significant coin. The 1987 D-dime is more than just currency. It is a symbol of rarity, human error, historical significance, and investment potential, demonstrating how a seemingly ordinary 10-cent coin can be transformed into a legendary artifact through a convergence of double die errors, misaligned strikes, overpolishing, die cracks, perfect preservation, and a compelling story of discovery. Collectors view this coin as a tangible connection to history, a piece of artistry shaped by chance and circumstance, and a rare investment opportunity that combines aesthetics, scarcity, and historical relevance. The story of the 1987 D-dime illustrates that numismatics is not merely about collecting coins, but about uncovering history, appreciating accidental craftsmanship, and recognizing the immense value hidden in ordinary objects. It teaches collectors and enthusiasts that even the smallest denomination can carry extraordinary significance when rarity, error, and historical context converge. And as interest in rare coins continues to grow, the legend of the 1987 D-dime will inspire future generations to study, seek, and treasure subtle imperfections, knowing that within ordinary currency, extraordinary treasures may be waiting to be discovered. The 1987 D-dime stands as a testament to the unpredictable nature of coin production, the dedication of collectors, and the immense value that can arise from minting anomalies, ultimately proving that even a 10-cent coin can become a $14 million masterpiece, combining rarity, history, artistry, and the thrill of discovery into a single, remarkable collectible that will continue to captivate the world of numismatics for generations to come.